Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another morning of conversations. I got the wrong thing up because I did something with Eric last night, so I gotta go down here and change it. Yes, now I got it right. Take two. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Whisky Blu and friends. We just want to take time to say to all of you today, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have a brief conversation today. We're not going to be here long. I still have to finish my dialysis treatment and connect to do my final drain this morning. So we won't be with you long. However, we wanted to show up and not cancel today. So we are here. Good morning, Veronica. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Such a bright smile on your face. Such a glow. You glowing and doing amazing. I love the way that sounds, Veronica.
Thank
So we
you.
have a few things that we need to talk about today. One thing we've been talking about all week, we've been talking about decompressing. And so we want to talk about that today. Let's see what else. What else do we have to talk about today, Veronica?
I think that was it right there, right?
I think there was a little bit more. We're supposed to be talking today about physical decompression, and then we're going to touch on as we close out a little bit about police brutality and stuff like that. Not a whole lot, but we're going to touch on some things, and we can pick it up on Monday or something if we don't finish today. But just to go over what we've been talking about all week, we've been talking about what it means to decompress. And to decompress means to release built up physical, mental, or emotional tension so your body and mind can return to a calmer, regulated state. It's what you do when life has you tight, overwhelmed, overstimulated, or carrying too much at once. So we talked about mental decompression. Mentally decompressing means letting your mind slow down and unload the pressures it's been holding. We talked about emotional decompression. Emotionally decompressing is the intentional release of feelings you've been carrying: frustration, sadness, anger, fear, or even joy you haven't had space to feel. And then we said we were going to talk about today physical depression. Sorry, physical decompression. Physically decompressing means releasing the tension your body stores when you're stressed. Tight shoulders, clenched jaw, shallow breathing, headaches, fatigue. Stress literally compresses the body. Decompression techniques like stretching, deep breathing, heat therapy, or walking help relax muscles, lower blood pressure, and restore energy. So that is physical decompression, and we said that we were going to deal with that on today. Anything you want to talk about, Veronica, as far as physical decompression?
Like you say, like take your like a slow walk, exercise, cause you get all stiff, like in your neck and all that. That stress.
Indeed. So we must decompress, and we're talking about the physical decompression, exercising. I got to do more of that. I've got walking is like one of the greatest things you can do. And sometimes it seems like we don't have enough time to do physical activity. But for our own personal self care, we must find time to do some form of exercise so that we can decompress. So go back and listen if you all want to any of our coffee conversations this week, and you will be able to hear everything we talked about and shared about decompressing. And that is what I have been doing. I've been spending time decompressing, decompressing emotionally and mentally. I've been getting a lot of rest for my body that I hadn't gotten. And now I need to add the physical decompression part, which is exercise. I took a chair out yesterday and put it in my living room, which I'm going to use to do some exercising on the chair and everything, as well as adding into my life some walking so that I can do the physical decompressing. I will be decompressing. I've done it this week. I'm going to continue doing it next week. I'm finding some books that I'm reading that I've ordered that I'm going to read as well. And so decompressing is very, very unique and something if you feel you need to and that you're tight or tense, we encourage you to make time and start decompressing. Now, the other thing that we said we were going to talk about today is police brutality. And I'll kick it off. I know Veronica had some stuff she wants to share. I want to share with you something like what are some other words? What is another word for police brutality? What are some other words? Police violence,
Yep, this
state terrorism, state violence, human rights abuser, police crackdown, police misconduct, civil rights violation, abuse of authority by law enforcement, excessive use of force, killing in the name of. And so those are just some other words, some synonyms for police brutality. And there are more that we could talk about as well. But we just want to just touch on it. Number one, Veronica had something she wanted to share of an experience that she had. Go ahead, Veronica.
because they'll stop you, and they don't know how to talk to you. I ain't gonna say the words what they say, because there ain't no good words. So I'm not gonna say it on live. Tell you for to get out the car. You ask them what you done did. They go to cussing and all that. They just don't know how to talk to you. Some of them, not all of them, some of them, and it's not a good experience. And if you
So
if you
tell us about the experience you had.
oh yeah, we will stop and we ask what we did. They wouldn't tell us. They said get out. I'm gonna say what they said. They said get out the damn car. You get out the car. They won't come. They know they ain't got no business search. They know no a man ain't got no business with a woman. They have to get another female officer got to do that to you. They won't do that. They won't pass their hand all between your legs and all that shit. They're not supposed to do that. And we kept asking what we did, what we did. Say, don't worry about it. Just do what the hell I said. Now, if there's any way to for a police officer to talk to somebody?
Not at all. And as we said, it's not all police officers, but it's so unique that you have some police officers that make things bad and look bad for all police officers because they are behind the badge.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Veronica. How did that situation end up with you all, for you all?
So they another officer came and he asked the officer what was the problem. Oh, they it was uh uh did a stop sign, and we said no, we didn't. We stopped. The officer talked to him, and the other officer came back to the car and said, uh, he was nice. He said, I'm sorry for what happened to y'all, but y'all can go. I got it from there. So I don't
So
know what happened to him.
the other officer came and let you all go.
Yeah.
You didn't get a ticket or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, so we are grateful for police officers who know how to do their job, and we must keep praying for those police officers who sometimes abuse their position and their badge, and they walk in narcissism and arrogance when it comes to dealing with situations. So we want to touch on that today. We'll pick back up on this as well and do some on Monday about some things just to watch for and to be careful about if you're stopped, because we do have officers out there who are not really the greatest officers, but we're grateful for the ones who know how to do their job, like the officer that came along and allowed you all to go. But I also want to just share some tips if you are stopped by police officers to make sure, even though because if you run into a bad officer, you know, you got to be careful because we don't ever want people to end up being shot or being killed, but to do certain things to de-escalate the situation, even if the officer himself is getting out of line. Sometimes we need to know things that we can do to keep peace in it. Saying things like "yes, sir," "yes, ma'am." You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Go ahead, Veronica.
keep it like that, like, yes, ma'am, so and all that. Because when they stop you, when they get out the car, they have their hand on their gun. So you got to be mindful what you tell them.
Yes, indeed. So as I said, we're gonna keep this short today. We'll pick back up with this and talk some more about it on Monday on our coffee and conversations. Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We made it through another week, and we want to know now what Veronica has for us for our inspirational moment by Veronica Nichols. I'm sorry, Veronica Nicholas. Y'all forgive me for that. I
I'm
say her name every day, and today I muffed it up. But then she sometimes called me kitten and then say Whiskey Blue too. So, all
you
right, Veronica, it's in your hands.
okay? Never forget how far you come. Wait, I gotta go back. Never forget how far you have already come. The days you survived, the lesson you carry, and the kindness you still give are proof that your spirit is stronger than you think.
Your spirit is stronger than what?
Than you think.
Your spirit is stronger than you think. Never forget how far you've come. Your spirit is
Yeah,
stronger than you
than you
think.
think.
Wow. Veronica, you always come and give us some great inspirational moments, and we appreciate that. I have to go back and listen to them even after we go off the air because they're so inspirational. And we thank you for that one today. We thank you for all the ones that you gave to us this week. And we want to say we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. Go to my page. You're gonna see what I was talking about for another thing that's celebrating this month, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
So we can
Well,
talk.
are you going to share with us now? Why you always waiting to share stuff?
We can talk on it next week.
Okay.
It ain't got to
All
be
right.
now.
We'll figure out what Veronica's talking about. She wants us to be a detective. Let's go to her page, find out what she's talking about, and we'll come back on next week and talk about it since she don't want to talk about it today. Thank you very much, Veronica, for the inspirational moment that you gave us. Thank you for being with us all week. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your work that you do. I want you to know that it is much and greatly appreciated. I'm grateful to have you in my life, and I appreciate you. I
I
just want
feel
to
the
say,
same way. I'm grateful to have you in my life too, and I appreciate you too.
all right. So, everyone that joined us today or watches this later, thank you all for joining us all this week. Please like, please share, and please come back and join us on Monday morning for coffee and conversation with Whisky Blue and friends. I'm gonna try to get some friends on here next week to come on with us as well and be a part of our conversations in the morning as we kick off the day. You all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm ending the live stream now.